I've been doing sessions with people for years so far. One of the salient topics that gets discussed usually is the matter of relationships. The matter of relationships reoccurs quite systematically, most probably because despite we cannot live in isolation, because our brain is not wired for that, and therefore we are prone to seek relationships, nevertheless, relationship seems to be the territory where most of our psychological problems come from. Not just a relationship between a person and another, romances, partnership, and all the rest of that, but any type of relationship, human relationship, such as relationships with parents, with friends, demi-friends, virtual friends, digital friends, exes, and so on. And not only that, also relationship with ideas, thought processes, emotions, or externally manufactured values, epistemic acceptances, beliefs, politics, ways to be, and so on. Relationship, which is what being a human being one inexorably needs, is the paradoxical area of our existence and mind where so many problems come from and get formed and created somehow. So it will be very productive to interface that very simple question, which is why? But what is also important, eventually even more important than that question itself, is to acknowledge what kind of relationship we have with that question why. To acknowledge that we also are in a cognitive relationship with that question why, aren't we? So, relationship breeds conflicts, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's not supposed to be that way, but it's factual. Despite a person looks for a romance, silly ideas maybe, eventually some peace and hopefully some mutual and personal progress. There is a proliferation of dating websites and dating initiatives out there aimed to bring about and establish relationships among individuals. But none of such initiatives and things is aimed to go deep into the matter of relationship and its complexity. So since human relationships are complex because the mind is complex, then the constant pursuit of the illusions of compatibility, for instance, significant others, and other foolish archetypes promoted by modern matchmaking nonsense and scams too, does nothing but distance the problems from and the necessity to understand such problems. And that's not just pathetic, I have to say, but it's also dangerous regarding what the fabric of the future of our society and the quality of our thinking will be. I wonder if we are considering these things seriously. Now, it seems that from a biological viewpoint, the matter of infatuation, the so-called falling in love, lasts merely a few months, according with neurosciences. Then what comes next? After that? Boredom? Thinking about somebody else? Getting trapped into the prison of habits? Or a kind of everlasting series of conflicting attitudes? So back to the question and the analysis. The analysis is, there is conflict in relationship, isn't it there? More or less, here and there, this way or that way, still conflict arises, right within the development of the staticity of relationship, doesn't it? No dating initiative, unless the participants are infinitely dull and kind of desperate, will ever and never enter such an investigation. And after the analysis, the question is why? Why is there conflict? Dramas, misunderstandings, I would say psychological cannibalism, yelling maybe, breaking things, breaking emotions, breaking minds, fueling further conflicts, and leaving a tale of suffering behind or rivers of tears. Why all of that is there, here? Can one and two and more than two reason about these things and attempt the achievement of something completely liberated of such pains? That obviously requires an enormous deal of intelligence, even multi-intelligence. But is that possible? I will say that is possible.